Good day and welcome to World Bioeconomy Forum followers from all around the world. Today we are delighted to be joined by Dr. Sergey Malkov, who has recently joined the forum's highly revered advisory board for a 3-year term starting with the 2022 season. Sergey is president of the Association of Specialists of the Pulp and Paper Industry, ASPPI for short, which was founded in Russia in 2013. ASPPI's mission is to improve the industry's image by supporting and promoting important initiatives and projects in the forest and pulp and paper industries in the Russian Federation. In order to accomplish its mission, ASPPI creates an environmental communication network for forest-related businesses and the Russian Federation government. This it does by arranging industry exhibitions, seminars, and in conferences both in Russia and abroad. Just for those of you who are not aware of our advisory board, this is one of the foundation stones of the World Bioeconomy Forum. The forum prides itself on the quality, diversity, and range of its advisory board members, ensuring that all regions of the globe are included in as the circular bioeconomy takes center stage in the fight against climate change. The advisory board is really very important to us, as this is how we get the best content. In fact, our strapline is "Content is King." Our advisory board members are responsible for the quality of that. As well as Dr. Sergey Malkov, we also have 3 other new members joining our advisory board this year, representing Europe, Australasia, and Africa. So we basically now have the world covered. You can also see these other interviews on YouTube. You simply put in the search in YouTube, World Bioeconomy Forum, and there all our interviews will be in all their glory. So without any further ado, let's introduce Sergey. Hello, Sergey, and welcome.
Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Nice
Excellent to have you with us. Excellent to have you with us. I think we'll go straight into the questions and talk a little bit about you first, actually, if you don't mind. Can you please give us a brief description of your background and a bit of history as to how you came to be operating in the bioeconomy?
Okay, Mark. As a forest is a major part of bioeconomy, I can tell that I have been working all the time in that segment. So I graduated in 2002 as a doctor from Helsinki University of Technology, worked over last, let's say, 20 years, globally, internationally, many areas, countries, and lately in Russia, in companies related to the forest processing, machinery, technology, etc. So basically involved in the all kind of businesses related to the forest processing, related around the sustainable, pulp and paper industry, wood processing industry, biofuel industry, etc.
Okay.
Currently taking position as the president of this SPPI, what you represented just a few minutes ago, also as the CEO of Andritz Russia, one of the supplier of technologies in the pulp and paper industry, and having several positions as a board member of some companies.
Excellent. Any more to add?
No, just whole life in the bioeconomy generally. So I wouldn't say that I just came in, but I studied and I'm working based on my education for all my life.
Fantastic. You seem like the perfect contender for our advisory board, without any doubt. Got a lot of excellent experience there with some very well-known companies, of course, as well. So we're delighted to have you on board the advisory board. What are your expectations on joining the board?
No, first of all, I'm also delighted to be part of that team and looking forward for interesting 3 years together with you and folks. Well, for all of us, for the planet, I think it's more and more critical for the developing this future bioeconomy for many reasons. Among those needs of sustainability of resources. Of course, we have a growing demand of both food and energy, etc. We need to decouple this economical growth in relation to the environmental restrictions and environmental situation in our planet, and etc. So it's important to promote this bioeconomy to help it grow. And I think that being the member of this advisory board, I hope I to contribute in the path. And
excellent.
Really looking forward for this.
Fantastic. Well, welcome aboard. Russia has huge forest resources, in fact, the largest in the world. In your opinion, what kind of role does Russia play in the bioeconomy at present?
Well, indeed, we have a largest, globally largest standing area of the forest. Let's say stock, we are behind the Brazil to some extent, but of course the resources are huge. Unfortunately, at the moment, if you think about the forest processing industries, we're only 3% of the total global business in that segment, even having the biggest resources. It's the same proportion in a way in our own economy. Only 0.8% of the local GDP is contributed by the forest-related bioeconomy, let's say. So there is a great potential at the moment. Answering your question, Russia is playing not very significant role, but having these resources and basically playing the same game as all other developed countries towards this bioeconomy, towards the sustainability. I think Russia will step by step will be playing the more important role, and I'm looking forward for the developing of the production of different products from the forest, and it should be good for future for Russia.
Excellent. So you're optimistic that Russia will becoming more of a force in the bioeconomy in the future?
It's a must. It's inevitable. Yeah, I'm optimistic.
Excellent. You mentioned products there. So when thinking about the various sectors and applications, what do you see as the most promising bio-based applications for the future?
I see more like a diversity of applications. I see that in the future will be, it will be the textiles, it will be the biofuels, it will be the chemicals, biochemicals, materials, composite materials. So it will be really a wide range of the products. It will be more and more produced from the bio-sustainable resources, and that's a pathway which we are now already going through, and we can see that recently it's accelerating. So there are more technologies coming, more companies are getting involved and excited into this developing different products. So yeah. I'm definitely believing that it will be biodiversity of applications.
Yeah. And talking about Russia again, what about the general public's perception of the bioeconomy? Is there, we know that it's, we're getting the message across, quite well in the Western area, shall we say. How about in Russia? What's the general feeling on the ground in Russia about bioeconomy, sustainability, those types of things?
There is not like very much definitions in Russia about the bioeconomy, etc. We even don't have a strong programs on that segment at the moment yet, but people are focusing on the environmental side on that matter. So yeah, and in the minds, in the behavior, it's getting more sustainable. People getting more focused on the environmental issues and sustainability issues, but there's still some way to go in this country, in Russia, to
excellent. Okay.
To develop that path, and then to really define what is bioeconomy, what is the role inside the country. So that's why it's important to be part of the team and to be on the front row for that development.
Sure. Well, I'm sure you joining our advisory board is going to help shift that along a little bit further. So fantastic. Thank you for joining us, and a great interview. And we look forward to having you on our advisory board.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark, and have a nice week. Bye.
And you. Bye-bye.